Good afternoon and Happy New Year. Wow, the first Facebook Live of 2024. Sorry, I'm just trying to see if the laptop would like to join us. It may not. There may be none of you joining us. I'm a bit shaky and I don't know quite where I'm looking today. So I won't waste much time putting my face here, except just to say, if you are watching this, please give me a thumbs up and let me know there's somebody there. And just a heads up, but the new mini catalogue comes out on Thursday, and we have Celebration coming up too. If you'd like more information about either and you live in the UK, give us a shout and I can get something sorted for you. Hi Kay, Happy New Year, my darling. I'm going to flip this round now because I'm really shaky. Sorry. Oh, I got to turn the camera around first. Oh, you can tell I've had a break from doing this. A whole 2 weeks off and I've forgotten how to do it. Nothing good going on here. Right, let me just plug this phone in, otherwise it might die. And we're going to adjust where we're sitting. And you can see the big Stampin' Up box. Yeah, today I'm sharing a kit. I wanted something that was going to be quick and easy because, you know, it's been rather busy around here. Happy New Year. Thank you, Kay. It's been the Christmas season and, of course, everything gets a bit busy. So I thought I'd go with the kit for the first one of the new year. It's not quite Make It Simple Monday. Let's just call it Rehash Tuesday. So what are we doing? We have got in this kit stamps, ink, and round the right way. It's a kit called Boho Beach. I'm going to take it out the cellophane because that is just shining brightly under the lights because it is very dull, dismal, and if you hear any bangs and crashes, don't panic. It's just feels like we're in the middle of a major storm here. Oh, pull that out. We have a storm passing through, I'm reliably informed. So I have taken, oh, let's take those bits out too, don't leave those behind. And the glue dots. And the instructions. Because if you buy a kit from Stampin' Up, they give you everything you need to create the projects, including picture instructions, which I think are always very handy dandy. Lots of glare, I'm afraid. I'm very sorry about that. As I was saying, this is the Boho Beach Kit, and it's available to order online. And the kit comes with a full page instructions, step-by-step photo instructions for each of the cards. So let's fold this over and look at the information on the back. It gives you a show of what you have in your kit. It tells you what the coordinating Stampin' Up colours. So what have we got? We've got Crumb Cake, Lost Lagoon, Pecan Pie and Ball Party. It also tells you how much you're going to make. We're going to make 8 cards and envelopes. Let's see. For each of 2 designs. Now, why did I pick this kit? Well, when I was a kid or a young person, in between Christmas and New Year on the television here in Great Britain, it used to be the start of all things holiday. We used to have a programme called Wish You Were Here, and I used to love it. I remember watching it and dreaming of those holidays I was going to have. So I thought I'd do something with a holiday theme. So this is an all-inclusive kit, so it includes a block, twine, the adhesives, both 3D foam and glue dots, an ink pad, and this one is Pecan Pie. Love that shade of brown. A set of stamps. Wow, aren't they lovely? Sit back and relax and enjoy your day. Oh, wow, look at these envelopes. Aren't they gorgeous? Are they all the same? Let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4 of that pattern and 4 of that pattern. So they're all the same. So you have 8 complementing envelopes, which if you know me and a kit, I would whip this out and think, God, I can use that on a card front. Don't waste it on an envelope. But for today, we're not going to do that. Let's put the other bits there. And here we have the card bases. So, oh, and goodies in between. So we have one card base, and these are printed on one side, but both front and back of the card. So that's very extravagant as well, isn't it? So, you know, if you're looking to make your stash work harder, I would suggest cutting them up and creating 2 cards from one. Because that's rather lovely pattern, isn't it? I love the colours. I think they're lovely. Okay, so we also have all the die cut pieces we need. So we have 5 of these beautiful umbrellas. As always, these are die cut, but you must be careful when removing them because they have little pips and we don't want them to tear. So we will need one of those. I'm just looking at the pictures of the cards to work out what I need for each one. So I'm going to need an umbrella on there. I'll put those ones away. And I'm going to need a green leaf on this one. Of course, you can decorate them any way you like, but just for this afternoon, for speed, I'm going to go for just making them as they are suggested. Because, you know, if I was on a plane or something, this would be a perfect way to travel, because I don't need lots of things. I don't need lots of bits. If you're relaxing around the pool on holiday, this would be a perfect kit to take with you. Oh, look at this big leaf. How lovely is that? Oh, I'm taking 2 out at once there. Ah, that's not clever, Cary. Separate that sheet first. Okay, this is where you have to be careful and take your time, not rush. And get in the holiday mood. And with the weather we have today, I am quite happy to think about all things holiday, because it sounds like it's blowing a hoolie out there, and we might be taking off sometime soon. Love the look of the envelopes. Yes, I do too. I quite like the look of the card bases as well, Andrea. So we are going to take the parts that we need to stamp on first, which will be these 2 sentiments. And we're going to put them over there. Let's grab our stamps, our sentiment sheets, not sheets. And we're just going to lay those down so that they can relax. These are photopolymer stamps, so they are easy to use, easy to play with. So let's just move that one over there. I'm just going to line that up on my grid paper. I'm hoping you can see. Oh, yep, it's tipped away. Stay. And I'm just going to gently press that down and pick it up. Oh, please excuse me, that tickly cough is back again. I hope you all had a good New Year's and Christmas festivities. I had a great time on Boxing Day. I went to the pantomime. It was great fun. Now, these little cubes do actually have a perforated edge there, but I'm not good with it. So I'm going to just grab some scissors and open that. If I was on a plane, I would probably persevere a little bit more, but I'm not, so I won't. So let's open that ink cube up like that. Nice and juicy. It's a felt pad. So we're going to start by gently tapping the ink onto our stamp. And before we go any further, we're going to try it on there. Sit back and relax. Oh, I love the phrase. Yes, sit back and relax. Now we're going to ink it up again. My apologies. I'm going to line up my little label on my grid paper, I don't believe there's anything going on that, so I'm just going to sit back and relax. Oh, I beg your pardon. There we go. Sit back and relax for that one. I'm going to pop this to one side. I will clean it later, I promise. As it's a photopolymer, I would use a soft cleaner, so I would prefer to use a what do we call it? Stamp and scrub, or a what's the squishy one called? Chamois. I beg your pardon. Simply Chamois. That's a good one too. All right, let's line this up and see if that works. Yay, that works a treat. So let's line this up on the grid paper. This is the other sentiment strip. Nice and easy with that. We'll close the ink pad up so we don't make a mess. I'm going to stick that in the middle. Press down firmly and evenly. 1, 2, 3, and pop it up. I'm not cleaning these stamps at all at the moment, simply because I haven't got a chamois nearby. So I've got my sentiment working. What do I need to do now? I need to add a little bit more interest on my card, I think. So this one they recommend putting round that way. So let's play with this. I think some of this sand over here would be good. I love a texture stamp, and the nice thing is about these stamps, you can save them and use them on so many other projects. It doesn't just have to be on this kit. So I'm stamping in that corner, and I'm going to carry that through a little bit. Ink my stamp up and just put it across there a little bit. We're not going to be too fussy because this is a relaxed card. All we have to be aware of is the size of the beach chair and the sentiment and the leaf to go behind it and the other leaf. Oh, I think we might stamp a leaf on there as well. So let's get that big leaf out again. Oh, look at this leaf. Isn't that pretty? I can, this would be so good. And if you're liking vintagey things, or what do they call it? Not vintage, collagey things, vintage collage. These would be perfect because you can build up the images in layers. Let's try that on there first. Oh yes, very nice. I'm very cack-handed today. I do apologise. I'm very sneezy and cack-handed. What a start to the day. Well, it's not a day. Start to the season. Place that there. Now, I think I might be wanting a tissue. So hang fire, please, and excuse me whilst I blow my nose. Oh, I can't get it out. Totally unprepared, so no tissue to hand. Oh, apologies. Oh, there we go. Okay, so we've done that one. And so we've stamped on our background here, where we know we're going to put our chair and our sentiment and our, I don't know, do we call that a leaf or would you call that a shell? Kind of looks leafy to me, but maybe it's a shell. I don't know.
I love vintage.
You do love vintage, don't you, Kay?
Yeah, so it's Happy New Year to you both. And to watch on replay later.
Oh, Happy New Year to you. Thank you for watching us, whether it's now or on replay. We really do appreciate you guys coming on and watching what we're up to. So we're going to move on to this one, and we're going to run some of this speckledy one this would be great for your vintage. I do love a speckle or a dot. And move it up a bit so you can see a little bit more. A little bit more. I must remember to work higher up. So I'm just going to add this texture across the bottom. Again, just gently tapping to ink it up. I'm not going to be precious about where I go. And I think I would possibly even do a little bit of generational stamp, seeing how we get on. Huff it. Oh, yes, I like that. So for when I use the term generational stamping, basically the first generation is ink it up and stamp it. Second generation is when you don't add any more ink, you just huff on it. So you breathe over it, and all that does is add a little bit more moisture from your breath to reactivate the ink. And then you can get these little tone on tones coming through. Can you see the darker shade and the lighter shades there? That's all that is. Generational stamping is fun. It's not tricky at all. So I'm just going to wipe my block clean and bring out this sprig. Looking good. It's very attractive. So we're going to ink that up again, but before we ink that up, we're going to think about our placement. So I'm copying the project as is on the sample. Another one of those leafy shelly things. And look at this umbrella. I think that's rather cool. So that's going to go that way. And we're going to put our sprig kind of here. So let's just swipe those bits away and think about that placement. So it's going to be about there. So let's ink up the stamp and try it onto our grid paper, scrap paper. Yeah, that's fine. And we'll go from there. Now, we said about here, didn't we? So let's just place that there. Might be a little high, but that's okay. Every single one of these will be unique because every time you do it, it will be slightly different. So let's start off by building our image. So we've got our nice umbrella and we've got our leaves and our sentiment. Okay, so what are we going to use? Well, we're going to start by adding some glue dots to the back of this umbrella. So I've taken the cover off the glue dot, deciding which is the right side. Actually, I don't think it makes any difference. So I'm just going to place, the glue dot is still there. I'm going to place the piece over it and it's transferred to the cardstock. And then I'm going to place that where I want it to go. There. Not going to worry about these ends because they're going to get covered up with all these other things in the layers. So again, I'm going to take the cover off the glue dot, except this time the glue dot has come with it. So we're going to place the whole glue dot onto there, squish it down a bit and take it off. I'm being a bit tight with my glue dots. Two reasons. One, I quite like when there's a little bit of movement, but if you don't, and probably more sensible would be to take your glue dot cover off, or not, as has just happened there. Again. And I'm just going to lay the glue dot on there. Now, glue dots and I do kind of have a love-hate relationship. They're great but I've got big sausage fingers. They're pretty hard to get down there. Okay, and now we need the, oh dear, where's it gone? Now we're going to play Hunt the Shape. I just found it turned over. So, but this one I'm not going to use a glue dot for. I'm going to use a 3D foam. And the reason for that is I want to just give it a little bit of height. And then I can place that there. But before I do that, I need to get some twine. Now, twine is not everybody's favourite, as is most people aren't that keen on tying a bow. So I'm going to do a cheater. I'm going to take my length of twine, and instead of tying a bow, I'm going to create 2 loops around my fingers, move it along as I like, and just twist it in the middle. I haven't tied it at all. And then all I need to do is grab those glue dots again. But this time I'm going to put the glue dot I'm going to place the glue dot onto the back of here. So I'm going to put it behind the word relax. Let's see if I can get the... Oh, look, there, it worked that time. So I'm just going to place that about there. And then I'm going to just place my pieces of twine into the glue dot, so that it might look a bit like a bow, but it's not actually a bow at all. It's just pieces of twine plonked together. 2 3D foams, or dimensionals if you're a Stampin' Up person, and on she goes. Just like that, we've made our first card. We've got the twine, we've got the goldy coloured leaves, the beautiful parasol. That's the word I was looking for. Very nice, I like that. Let's move on to number 2. Let's put this together. We've done all our stamping. This time we're going to wind some twine around the end. So all I'm going to do is just wind it round. 1, 2, 3. Cut off and let it come undone again, because I'm going to put my glue dot. Hopefully my glue dot will come off again nicely like it did last time. No, it's come off altogether. Not having a lot of luck with these glue dots today, am I? I give up. I just take 2 that way. And the reason I've got 2 is because I will have a starter and a finish, and I want to use them. Now that one's rolled up, so we'll start with that one. And then all I'm doing is wrapping this around, just to give a little bit of texture to my project. Oh, I've made it too big. So we can just trim it off. It's not a problem. I get it onto that glue dot, and there we have it. It's secure. I can move that around slightly to make it work for me. There. So I'm going to put that, is going to go straight on the back, because my chair is going to be my 3D feature here. It's going to... Oh no, I've had an idea. Okay, I'm changing my mind as I go along. That often happens. So we're going to take the glue dots again, and I'm going to pop one, oh, right down there. I'm going to have to use another one because that stuck to my finger, not to the card where I wanted it. I'm just going to take the cover off of that, and I'm going to position that so it's sitting across and behind like that. Maybe, yes, That's when I'm happy with that placement. Make sure the glue dot has gone. I'm going to put a 3D foam so that it attaches. Can you see how I've attached both layers on there? Need the beach with this hobby. Oh, absolutely, Lizzie. It's just absolutely vile out there, isn't it? So let's put some more 3D on here. Oh, what's the weather like in southwest Michigan? I'm going to use glue dots again to add. Oh, are you having good weather? Southwest Michigan. I don't know why, but I kind of think that might be a cold place. My geography's rubbish. I'm going to put another glue dot on the other end of this. These things just, no, it just doesn't want to do what I want it to do today, so we're going to have to work with it. It's not a hardship, really.
It's Chicago area.
Oh, Chicago, the Windy City.
I don't know if that's where she is.
I've just been reliably informed that the Michigan is part of the Windy... Chicago is in Michigan, which means it's the Windy City, is what I know from all I know about Chicago. You can tell my geography's appalling. I tell you what, here today, it could have been... Oh, it felt like we were in the middle of a hurricane at certain points. The storm was awful. The wind's been throwing my bins around and people's garden furniture have come.
Probably more like the Detroit area.
But hey-ho. We're indoors, nice and warm, and I've got this set to play with to make me think of sunny days. Right, now I'm going to share with you a little tip. This edge is far too big, far too small for one of these stickers. But if we look carefully on these stickers, these 3D foams, we have an edge around them. And all I'm going to do is cut in between along the edge to create a custom 3D foam. So the rest are still on there. All I've done is literally cut down the edge where there was no pre-cut ones to make my own. There, that's better. Now that stands up nicely on there, don't you think? I like this. I can think of quite a lot of things to do with this beautiful backgrounds though. So I'm going to line up my card on my grid paper as always in an attempt to get a straight line. I say attempt because it doesn't always work. And there we have it. Card number 2. So, which do you prefer? Are you a team blue? Well, I don't know. Do we call it blue? I think this is Los Laguni and Pool Party, so a sea blue colour. Or are you more of a beach crumb cake and pecan pie girl? Oh boy. There are the 2 cards. And I totally agree. We do need to look at a beach today, even if it's just in our imaginations. But we definitely need to enjoy our day and sit back and relax. But I'm not going to sit back and relax because I have some kits and classes to sort out. You love them both. Thank you. Next week, shall we see what we can play with these things to make? Shall we see how we can extend this kit? No need to. It's perfectly lovely as they are. But the crafter in me, I'm a bit of an avid crafter. I craft a lot. I can see so many things with these. And I love this geode kind of pattern. And I want to put some sparkle on there, Lizzie. I bet you do too. And I think this would work so well. Beautiful, beautiful card bases. And those gorgeous envelopes. So next week, shall we see what we can do with them? Well, I did want it to be a quick one today, and it is. As always, kits are the way to go when you're in a rush. If you need a card in a hurry, you gotta get a kit. So, or sparkle paste. Oh, I didn't know we had sparkle. Oh, well, maybe it's not a Stampin' Up product, is it? I have no idea. I haven't seen news and notes today, so Wink of Stella is what I was thinking. My mind looked at this and I thought straight away, oh, I need to put some Wink of Stella on there. I just think that yeah, it's not everybody's taste, so we're going to keep them simple. Anyway, Happy New Year to you all. Thank you for joining me, and may 2024 bring you all the joy and health and wealth and happiness you could ask for. Take care, look after yourselves. See you next Monday at 5 p.m. Take care. Bye-bye.